Imagine biting into something that's as tangy as your favorite sour candy, but it grows right in your backyard. And you've probably never even seen it at the grocery store. Today I'm sharing one of my absolute favorite hidden treasures of the garden, the gooseberry. Trust me, if you love the zing of a Sour Patch Kid or the pucker of a warhead, you're about to meet your new obsession. Gooseberries pack a punch of sweet and sour that's all natural. And unlike those candies, you can actually grow these little gems yourself. But here's the catch. You'll almost never find gooseberries in stores. They're a secret mostly kept by home gardeners, and that were probably more frequently grown even in the past than they are today. But I'm excited to let you know about it. And you can soon be growing these in your garden as well. Gooseberries are small, round berries that come in shades of green, red, or even purple. When you pop one in your mouth, you get a burst of tartness followed by a subtle sweetness. It's like nature's own sour candy, but with a refreshing, juicy twist. I honestly can't get enough of these when they're in season because they really are just like the candy, but they're healthy as well. Now, depending when you pick them, they have a different flavor profile. I find that when they aren't yet ripe, that's when you really get that real nice tart sour flavor. As they get more ripe, they turn into a more sweet flavor. They're still very good, but they aren't really as sour, and they don't have that punch to them in the same way. So why would you grow these gooseberries? They have a unique flavor. If you crave that sweet and sour combo, gooseberries are unbeatable. They're a rare find. You can't just simply get these in most grocery stores, and you'll impress friends and families with a fruit they've probably never even tried that you can grow right there in your own garden. They're relatively easy to grow. I've had no problem growing them. In fact, one of the early years, I accidentally had someone helping me with some weed whipping, and when they weed whipped it thinking it was a weed, and then it has come back and it's just a full bush without any troubles. So they really do thrive in gardens, and they can withstand some abuse. So how do you go about growing them? First, you need to choose your spot. I've gone right along the fence line. Now, one thing I would say is I have other weeds that keep growing up in it, and these other hummingbird plants that kind of are shading it out from time to time that I have to keep trimming back. But as long as you've got good sun exposure for them, they are going to do well, and they actually handle partial shade fine too. So they're pretty forgiving in the spot you choose. I find that well-drained soil is the best. If you have a lot of heavy clay soil, as we do here, when you're first getting started, maybe mix in some compost or other type of topsoil, amend with additional compost as well to get them going. Although you don't have to keep playing with the soil after they are established, and they'll continue doing fine. You probably want to space them about 4 to 5 feet apart so they have some space to grow and maybe even to spread a bit. You can dig the hole deep enough for the roots, set the plant in it, and backfill with soil. Now, when you're trying to decide when to pick them, gooseberries tend to be pretty plump, and they have a little give when you squeeze them. If you want them to be more sour, as I mentioned before, you want them to still be firm and green, and so they won't quite have that give as much. But if you want that sweeter flavor, then when they're softer and have that fully developed color is when you want to pick them. So outside of eating them, which I think is really a great way to use these, I love just eating them straight off the bush. But they also are great in, the typical things that you use berries in, pies, crumbles, jams. Now, for me, if you've never had a gooseberry pie, that it's not necessarily easy to find these. I find a gooseberry pie to be one of my favorite pies, and it's because it does have that unique sour addition to it that really is quite good. So let me know, Have you ever had gooseberries, or do you grow them? I'd love to know. Tell me in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please do remember to subscribe to this channel and like this video. And we look forward to growing with you.